This is the DMG Gameboy, or the original Game Boy. It was the first console in the Game Boy family. It's an 8-bit console. A bit is a single binary unit, basically a 1 or a 0, so 8 bits looks like this. Video game consoles, including handhelds like the Game Boy, were still a fairly young technology in the 80s and 90s, and they weren't yet capable of displaying the number of pixels required to create what we think of as realistic graphics. As a result, developers back then had to figure out ways to create a believable image from a limited number of pixels. This is where pixel art originated, and why we often refer to it as 8-bit. However, the Game Boy screen only supports 2-bit color, meaning it can only produce 4 different colors, light to very dark olive green. You can imagine the Game Boy might think of the 4 colors as 00, 01, 10, and 11. But some pixel art has lots of different colors. So why is everything on the Game Boy so green? It's because the Game Boy utilized a dot matrix screen, the same type of screen we still see on vending machines. Fun fact, the reason why we call it a DMG Game Boy is because the developers referred to it as the dot matrix game. These screens are often limited to one color, because, well, they're typically only used to display text. On the right is a digital screen, where each group of red, green, blue is 1 pixel. In the middle is a dot matrix display, where each pixel is a single light that can either be on or off, or in the Game Boy's case, on, kinda off, or off. On the left is a screen from the Game Boy's predecessor, the Game & Watch. The Game & Watch has a segmented liquid crystal display, pre-printed with an overlay, which limits each model to only play 1 game. But none of that answers the question. Why are Game Boy screens green? Well, here's a hint. Take an original Game Boy game, like Tetris, and put it into a later model, the Game Boy Advance SP. The Game Boy Advance SP not only has color support, but also a backlight. So, will the game still be green? No. Not only is it not green, it's in color. But how? This game was released with the Game Boy in 1989. Well, the truth is, Game Boy games were never green. They only appear to be green due to the coloration of the screen on the original Game Boy. Games designed for the original Game Boy will play in color when played on the Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance systems. The colors displayed on the screen are selected from one of 12 palettes, each with 7 to 10 colors. The 12 palettes can be selected from the Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance system startup screen. So, to answer the question, why green? Well, there are 2 answers: cost and battery life. One of the Game Boy's biggest rivals, the gamegear, cost $150 at its release. This is in comparison to the Game Boy's price of only $90. The gamegear had a 3 to 5 hour battery life, compared to the Game Boy's 30+. But just to add insult to injury, the Game Gear took 2 more AA batteries than the Game Boy, for a total of 6 AA batteries. Batteries have never been cheap. But do you know what is cheap? Dot matrix displays. The biggest reason for the Game Boy's long battery life, and most likely its huge success. Modding these original Game Boys has been extremely popular for years, and one of the most common mods is to add an IPS screen. It looks way better. It looks even better than a Game Boy Advance SP screen. If you're interested in dot matrix displays, check out this website in my description. It emulates a Game Boy dot matrix display with your own webcam. So if you've ever fantasized of having your own Game Boy camera, check it out. If you liked this video, or if I got something wrong and you want to correct me, make sure you leave a comment. Thanks.
Not for tech, PhD.